IBS, the FSU International Podcast.
Welcome. This is the new episode of your weekly IBS BFSU International Podcast. We're over the moon to share quality New Year time with you and make meaningful memories before the year ends. And this is Pin with you. As usual, we're here to present to you with fascinating news and discussing topics. So hopefully this episode can help to brighten your days up. So now I'll be passing the floor to Eddie from the IBS New Department. Eddie, please share with us the news.
Latest news review on IBS FSU International Podcast.
Good evening. A batch of Center lookalike took to the ski slope to spread some seasonal cheer on Sunday. More than 300 Center, all dressed in red, dashed together down a mountain with white beards and Center hats flapping in the breeze at Sunday River Ski Resort in Maine. A skiing ridge and a skiing Christmas tree joined the party. It wasn't exactly a winter wonderland. There was little nature snow. The snowmaking machine at Sandy River produced enough of the fluffy stuff for the annual tradition. Santa Sunday has grown in popularity over more than 2 decades, raising $7,500 this year for a local charity. The village manager in Northern Michigan community has resigned after an investigation of $32,000 in mistaken payroll payment to public worker. The error in Ad Rapid occurred in October 2021, but the public was in the dark for nearly a year until a resident began asking questions. The newspaper said $50,000 still hasn't been repaid. Nearly 40 people got extra pay because the village mistakenly debited bank account twice. The mistake was not immediately reported to the village council or the public and was not quickly fixed. An 80-year-old boy from Colorado has unofficially become the youngest person to ski on all 7 continents, and he may soon be a Guinness World Record holder. Matt Lick from Golden has accomplished his family skiing trips across the globe, and on the 1st of December, he went skiing with his family on the lower portion of Mount Hawk in Antarctica. Liv's older sister, Kira Liv, completed her 7 continent skiing goal in February of this year. The current Guinness World Record for the youngest person to ski all 7 continents is Victoria Ray White, who was 20 and 79 days old when she completed her journey in 2008. This is all the news so far, and next issue is very soon. Eddie Information Service IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Latest news review on IBS FSU International Podcast.
Welcome. It's Pin again. In this very special episode, we'll be sharing stories, events, memories that reminded us of the year 2022 that we're all especially grateful for. So without further ado, let's get started with the discussion. The word of the day is glee. It means extreme happiness.
Debates on IBS FSU International Podcast. Hello, this is Konstantin Malkov and IBS BFSU International Podcast, and today we have a lot of people gathered to celebrate the end of the year 2022. We have Steve with us.
Hello, everybody.
We have Odie. Hi,
Steve.
Odie.
Hi guys.
We have Elizabeth.
Hi. Hello everyone.
Alex and Lauren. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. So glad to see you all with us tonight. So, guys, Happy New Year. We are celebrating the last days of the year 2022, and we are ready to invite year 2023 to go into our life. So, what reminds us about the new year? What were the most remarkable moments in year 2022? Welcome. Share your stories with us.
Okay, actually this year I didn't notice that New Year is coming because of exams, but when I saw the decorations and the tangerines, I really recognized that New Year is coming and started to find the presents really fastly. But it's kind of a problem because it's really difficult to find something worthy. Don't you think so?
Well, yeah, regarding New Year, I have many memories that has a lot of tree in it. But the only thing that reminds me of New Year is special snow. And I wonder how people from tropical countries celebrate it. Please share with me, guys.
usually when I stay at home, the snow really reminds me of the New Year, and also the New Year decorations and the New Year tree. Like, because in Russia we celebrate New Year quite big. It's a very important holiday for us. But here in China, nothing reminds me of New Year actually, because right now I'm staying at the island called Zhoushan, and everything is green here. No snow, just green leaves everywhere. So
European New Year, you mean, right?
Yes. So right now, that's a very special New Year for me.
Well, I think with the New Year preparations coming, it sort of reminds me how much restrictions we had in the past few years because of COVID, and how everything is opening up right now. So I'm really excited for New Year. And in Malaysia here, I don't think it's a very big celebration because we all have, like, each race in Malaysia, we all have our own New Year's at different times of the year. So the 1st of January, usually we just do a simple countdown and celebrate with friends and family.
Do you have a family reunion in Malaysia?
No, because I'm Malaysian Chinese, so we only have family reunions during the Lunar New Year.
I see. So Noon New Year. Guys, this is IBS BFSU International Podcast. Today we're discussing New Year celebrations, what year 2022 reminds us of, and we have a lot of different thoughts to share with you. Stay with us. We are always on the top.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride on a horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride on a horse open sleigh.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Welcome back. This is IBS BFSU International Podcast, and today we're discussing New Year and the way how we are going to celebrate it. So guys, share your experience with us, your plans, your mood, your fantastic experience from the past. So how would it be? What are you planning to do this New Year? How are you going to celebrate it?
Actually, this year I'm going to celebrate New Year with my friends in Tbilisi, Georgia. And this is my first time celebrating New Year not with my family, and I'm quite anxious about it. But we're going to do skiing and snowboarding, and I think this New Year will be quite noticeable for me.
I see. What are you going to eat? Will you have a New Year table? Or which dishes you will serve?
Of course, we will serve olivier, like quite
Russian salad,
Russian New Year salad. And of course, we're going to eat tangerines because it's a traditional fruit for New Year.
I see. That's a good experience. So, Dee, what are you going to eat, or how are you going to celebrate New Year? What are you going to do?
Like same as Europeans and Russians, New Year is also a really big celebration for Mongolians as well. We usually gather as a family and like sit around the table. And when it comes to food, it is really interesting because there is dumplings, and also there are chicken breast with pineapple. And this combination is almost like signature of New Year food. It is very popular in Mongolia, and we eat it every year, and I think I'll eat it this year as well.
I see. So in Mongolia, New Year is also a family holiday, right? So you have a family reunion, you sit at the table all together. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, New Year in Malaysia is not so big, but actually it's a very good excuse for us to pull friends together and have some gatherings. So for the past few years, during this time, me and my friends, we spend time in a restaurant, an Indian restaurant known as Mama. So although we don't celebrate New Year as a systematic way, but it is a good excuse for us to gather around and spend time with our friends.
Are you celebrating Chinese New Year, right? So you're waiting for Chinese New Year, and that's when you're going to have a family reunion, when you are sitting around the table with the family. Am I right?
Yes, indeed. Since I'm a Chinese Malaysian, I will celebrate Chinese New Year, but the Chinese New Year is in the lunar calendar only, not in the calendar that we usually use. However, when we spend time together during this New Year, we will do some countdown and also take some memories together through photos.
Well, as I've mentioned before, this New Year is going to be quite special for me because that's my second time I celebrate it far away from home. And this time I'm going to cook some Russian food for my Chinese friends to try, because I'm going to celebrate it with my Chinese friends. So I really, really want to show them the Russian way of celebrating New Year.
So Russian way of celebrating New Year, eating a lot, then play snowballs most likely, right? When are you going where are you going to take the snow if you're in
dirt
south
balls?
of China?
Dirt balls.
Come on.
Or sand balls.
Sand balls are better. Probably you can use your fridge, you know, there is a freezer and you can make the snowball out of the ice which is coming from the fridge. Lauren, what are you going to... icicles, exactly. You can use the icicles. Lauren, what are you going to do this year? How are you going to celebrate it?
Well, hopefully I'll be going outstation with my friends to celebrate the countdown, and probably make some 2023 New Year's resolutions that I probably will not end up doing, which is like a ritual for everybody, I guess.
So I see a New Year, despite the country, despite the continent, is of course a holiday for reunion of the friends, reunion of the families. If you guys don't celebrate the calendar New Year and waiting for a lunar New Year, of course it's also a great day to gather around the table, to share new stories and share your experience with the friends and share your positive emotions as we are doing right now. This is IBS by FSU International Podcast. Stay with us. We're always on the top.
Debates on IBS by FSU International Podcast. On IBS by FSU International Podcast.
Hello again. This is IBS by FSU International Podcast, and today we're discussing the new year, how we're going to celebrate it, what we're grateful this year for, and which plans we built for the next year. So guys, if you have some tremendous, fantastic, amazing plans, please share with us. I think it will be quite interesting. So Udi, welcome. Do you have any plans, or do you have any grateful things you want to say to your previous experience this year?
Well, this year I got into BFSU IBS, and I think that is the thing that I'm most grateful about, because I've learned a lot of things. I faced a lot of difficulties, and next year I would like to be better at my time management, because, you know, like with all those assignments, papers, and due dates, it's been really difficult. And it was difficult because of my time management. Therefore, I want to improve on that part. And yeah, despite it all,
That's quite good.
I'm happy with myself.
Be better with yourself. Steve, do you have any plans for next year? Or do you have some events which you should say thank you to in year 2022?
To be honest, year 2022 is not easy for me, but I'm quite grateful that I experienced this year and now I'm still here. So first of all, I graduated from college and it was not easy. And now I'm in China in BFSU, which is even harder. However, I hope that I can change some of my mental and physical health, and that will be my New Year's resolution. Time management, I think, is also what I really need to work on. So first is time management, and then mental health, and then physical health.
Oh, I'm definitely not feeling green tonight because we have 3 exams in a row next week. And I am not ready for that at all. But I think this year what I'm really grateful for is getting into the FSU and also recovering from my knee surgery. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm really grateful for. And I'm also really grateful that everyone around me is healthy.
Well, for the next year, my main plan is to my best wish is to finish the thesis and successfully graduate, since the next year is the graduation year for me, and I need to work really, really hard to get the best diploma ever.
The best diploma ever.
Yeah, for the next half a year.
I see. You want to write the thesis and get the diploma. You want to be graduated. I see. So good luck you with it.
This year, I'm really grateful because I've started to traveling. I have visited 2 countries. I finally met my classmate and my university best friend. She lives in Kazakhstan, and I met her. We were celebrating her birthday together. Moreover, I'm really next year. I hope that I come to BFSU to China because I really want it. Year was quite good for me, and I'm happy.
Pinky, the floor goes to you. Do you feel glee? And what plans do you have on year 2023, if you have any?
Very glee. Well, I think I want to explore China a little bit more since I'm here. Yeah, I really want to explore it a bit more, and I hopefully I get to see a lot of people I've seen in class.
So you want to see your friends offline finally. Maybe it's a good trend to have friends online, but offline friends in real life, they're always better. And thank you very much for this fantastic discussion. Guys, was it release number 3 or was it just the second release? I really forgot because the conversation was so fantastic that I really forgot. Did we have 2 or 3 times? My async editor tell me just we need to close it up. So guys, thank you very much for this fantastic conversation. Thank you very much for your experience. I wish you all the best in year 2023. Be happy, be healthy, and all of us will say thank you very much and Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, guys. See you next year in 2023.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hooray.
Be happier than before.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast. Latest news review on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
In the studio with latest news, Eddie. A 75-year-old Brazilian man was awarded a Guinness World Record for the most FIBA World Cup tournament attended by an individual. Daniel Sprossi from Brazil attended his first World Cup in Argentina in 1978, and this year World Cup in Qatar brought his tournament attendance to 11. Sprossi told Guinness World Record that attending World Cup is an opportunity to connect the greatest passion of his life, soccer, and experiencing different culture around the world. He said he is already planning to top his own record by attending 2026 World Cup, which will be jointly hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Again named Madeline, with a vivid imagination and remarkable awareness of how bureaucracy can dash dreams, Got her which when she as Los Angeles Animals Control Authority for license to own a unicorn if she is able to find one. The first of its kind permit came to string attached. However, a mitigating creature must be proof ample exposure to sunlight, moonbeams, and rainbows, and have the horn polished at least once a month with a soft cloth. Director Marcia Mayeda of the County Department of Animal Care and Control sent the girl a heart-shaped rose-colored metal tag with permanent unicorn license, emblazoned on it along with a white fuzzy unicorn dog with pink ear, purple hoof, and a silver horn. This is all the news so far, and we continue to monitor the situation. At the Information Service IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Latest news review on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Hey everyone! Now that you listened to our remarkable stories in which we think sums up the year for us, we're also very interested to see what your 2022 looks like. Share them in the comment section and we'll be sure to check them out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed yourself during this episode, and since it is almost New Year, virtual hugs go out to everyone, including our lovely listeners. And please give us a like and follow us on social media. Thank you, dear listeners, for listening to IBS BFSU International Podcast up until this very moment. It is always an exceptional time when spent with you guys. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast.